I wanted to become a physician because they have a great way of being a part of the team lead in their patient's health. When I was a child, my pediatrician was Bolivian. He was Dr. Lujan, and every time I would come to the office, I said I wanted to be like him. Since I was 4 years old, he'd call me his colleague or his colega, and I would come into the office knowing that I wanted to be just like him. And from that moment on, I would go to school thinking, how can I reach for that dream and reach that goal of becoming a pediatrician? As I grew up, I realized that a pediatrician impacts a child from that moment, from a baby's life, until they're a teenager going off to college, and really can make a difference. I don't think any physician can make that impact. The patient experience when they walk into the door in my office should be one of a family-centered approach. They should feel like they're entering and being greeted as if they were coming into a home. And the same way they should feel when they are sitting here in this room like this. They should feel like they're talking to a friend, they're talking to a teammate, when they're talking about their concerns about their baby or their teenager going to college. We should really work at that team approach and building that trust as they grow in their developmental milestones and seeing how things are going. If their child has a cold or their child has cancer, really I want to be there for them through all those stages of life. In terms of medicine with diversity, equity, and inclusion, I think that there's a long way to go, but there are shining stars that we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years because we're talking about it, we're having conversations. We're having things like Castle Connolly marking, Latino top doctors for their inaugural list. These are things that are happening now that weren't happening 10 years ago. So I see a lot of improvements, but we only have less than 6% of Latino physicians in the workforce. So there is a lot of work to do. But I think with these conversations and this work, I think we have a lot of it, shining stars that we can work towards. And it's not this huge mountain to climb, but little hills that we can get past. I think being a Latina physician has been quite unique because I'm only about 2.4% of the physician workforce, but it's also been a great experience in the sense that I offer a lot to the table that others don't because of that uniqueness. I bring not just English, but I bring Spanish. I bring culturally competent care to patients who really need it. About 20% of the US population is Hispanic or Latino, and so I can bring that to the table where others can't. And I bring this sense of hogar or home or family to a lot of patients who really need that in their times of need, especially when I'm seeing children or babies and I see families grow. They might not just have one baby in the home, but they may have 5, and I get to experience that with an entire family, and I get to grow with them as a pediatrician, and that's really great. So since 2022, I've been involved in the National Latina Physician Day. And really it starts in October 1st, part of the Latino Hispanic Heritage Month. And really what we're trying to do is promote and create awareness about the fact that there's less than 6% of Latino, Latinx, Latina physicians in the US workforce. 20% of the US is Latino. And so we really want to create awareness. Representation matters, diversity is important, and with creating this awareness, we are showing little children that come into my office that they can be physicians too, that they don't have to worry about this crazy debt that they might have be going through education, that all that works out when you have a dream. I had a dream when I was 4 years old seeing my pediatrician, and I thought about all those barriers. There was a lot. My counselor told me that I would never be a doctor, but I had a lot of people that were in my surroundings, people part of the Latino Medical Student Association, people that were part of the National Hispanic Medical Association, who told me that I could do it through mentorship and through advocacy. And so with that, I really feel the importance of this day really is about showing the youth that they can make it and reach those dreams, that dreams oftentimes are goals that can be met, and that they are not stars that are far away. And that's really what I think that the National Latino Physician Day is all about.